Hey guys, welcome back. This week we're going to discuss something you've probably heard on the internet. She's not yours, it's just your turn, and how I think this phrase encapsulates everything, both good and bad, about the manosphere. She's not yours, it's just your turn. I'm sure you've heard that before. What this means is, hey, don't get too attached to a woman, especially not emotionally, because she is only using you for your status, for your money, for your position, and once she finds a guy who has more status than you have, then she's going to leave that guy, right? This is the true nature of woman. And what I like about this phrase is it's true. Women are using you for your status, just like men are using women for their own female kind of status, youth and beauty, looks, that kind of thing. Preferably, though, if we approach a relationship in a healthy way, if we learn to integrate our emotions and our unconscious in a healthy way, this becomes a secondary factor in a relationship, whereas the attachment will be the primary factor. I think there's really two causes why guys believe, well, not that it's wrong to believe this so much, but really latch on to, really hold on to this adage with their white knuckles. Only three reasons. The first one is you get out of a relationship where a guy, simps with a girl. There's going to be a lot of cool internet lingo in this video. They simp for a girl. She takes advantage of them, as is her right. It's her right to take advantage of you if you allow that, if you don't have a strong enough boundary. In a way, she's doing you a huge favor, showing you where you are, to be quite honest, not yet a fully formed man. And they get out of this relationship, or they don't get out of it, right? She leaves the relationship to be with a cooler guy who maybe isn't going to simp so easily, and they go on the internet, they go on Reddit or 4chan, and they see this phrase and it just sticks. Because they've never heard it before, because they've expected women to be something different. They've expected them to be a mom. Yeah, so I think that's really the first cause why guys believe this, is because of unresolved Oedipal issues. Now, what this means is, it's not that you go out and look for a woman who's like your mom, but you do look for a woman to be a mom for you, to love you and care for you unconditionally, no matter what, no matter how big of a loser you happen to be, no matter how unformed your identity, no matter how dysregulated your anger and anxiety are. The woman's just supposed to love you no matter what. And of course, this is just simply not how relationships work. But if you're going around looking for a mom, that's what you're going to see or fail to see. And then you're going to think it's some problem with women. Really, it's a problem with your psychology, wanting to see women in that way. I think another reason why guys really latch onto this phrase, she's not yours, it's just your turn, because they just don't know how to connect with women. I guess this is a corollary of the first one, the Oedipal issue. You can't connect with yourself, you can't connect with a woman. You don't see a relationship as anything beyond some exchange in status between the two people, which of course a relationship is. But again, let's not hope that's the primary means of exchange in a relationship. There is something called an emotional connection here. And of course, you take 1 and 2 here, failure to connect, Oedipal issue, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If all you do is think that a woman's not yours, it's just your turn, and you're thinking, don't connect with a woman, hide, don't let her know who you really are, what's really going on, put on a facade, guess what? You're going to be much more likely to attract a girl in your life who that is normal for. And who is that normal for? Of course, narcissists, BPD girls. And they're going to be much more likely to use you and much less likely to connect like you are. And you go on the internet and you think it's the problem with women. Oh, I just keep running into women who act in this way and just want to use me for my status. And that's going to be, your reality in a sense, because that's all you can see. You can't see this level, this deeper level to the relationship. I mean, it's really silly. And it really shows, I think, not to get too highfalutin here, but it really shows a lack of understanding of women, or maybe just a lack of experience with women. I mean, what woman wakes up and really hopes that a guy doesn't come up to her and can connect with her emotionally? I mean, what woman wakes up in the morning, puts on her outfit, goes out? What woman thinks that? Or what woman thinks when a guy comes up to her at the grocery store and starts talking to her? What woman thinks, oh man, I really hope he doesn't know how to connect with me? No. All she wants in that moment, the one thing she wants most in that moment, is for you to do well. She wants that to go well. But if you can't do it, if you just come at her with this persona, and hey, you can be funny and and charming, and she'll, nibble on you like a treat for a while, but it's not going to be a real connection. She's going to, if she's healthy, she's probably going to leave you eventually, and then you're going to go back on Reddit, 4chan, and go, she's not yours, it's just your turn. Yeah, I have another bit of evidence, and it just becomes the self-perpetuating cycle. And that's why I think this phrase, this adage, encapsulates everything wrong with the manosphere, because it's potentially a good piece of advice. It is true. And I know a lot of guys out there, especially younger Gen Z guys, may not be aware of this perspective. So the manosphere is very helpful, I think, just to let guys know some things that are going on. Just like I think that a Nautilus machine is helpful. I mean, if you have a shoulder injury, you can't go back and do an overhead press right away. You got to use some Nautilus machines. You got to rehab. That's why I think this adage is, it's the Nautilus machine of your psychology, of connecting with women. A great thing to go through, a great thing to learn and go through, like rehabbing on the Nautilus machine. But if you end up there, it's going to stunt you emotionally and psychologically. And I think this speaks to a bigger problem with propaganda, or how we perceive propaganda to be. I think there's this idea that propaganda is lies. Like propaganda from Nazi Germany or communist Russia or communist China. Like they were just lying to the people. They weren't lying. Go back and look at it. It wasn't lies. It was just one fact in this whole page of truth. So there's 10 lines of truth. Propaganda is just one fact, and they just want you to look at the one fact so they can look at it and go, hey, we're telling the truth. No, we're not telling the truth. We're just telling a fact, but you're not telling the truth. Propaganda is using facts to conceal the truth. And that's what this adage is. That's when you run into problems with the manosphere. Not that anything's wrong, but it's not the entire picture. It can be propaganda in a certain context. And I think that's really what we need to work on when it comes to women, when it comes to growing through this phrase, she's not yours, it's just your turn. If you cannot connect emotionally, and I know you probably have some resistance to doing that because you think, if I connect emotionally, I try to connect emotionally with my past girlfriend and she just thought I was being a wussy, I was too vulnerable, and she left me for another guy. I'm sure what you were doing is not handling your emotions in a healthy way, and in a sense asking her, like a mom, go back to the Oedipal issue, you're asking her implicitly to handle your emotions for you. That is not connecting. That is treating a woman like your mom. Again, you got to learn how to manage your emotions. You got to learn what emotions are, how to talk through your emotions in a way that makes you more emotionally illiterate. And when you do that around women, they will never think, the last thing they will think is, this is a weak guy. They're going to think this is a strong guy. Of course, that's not the reason why you're doing it. The real reason why you're doing it is to, be emotionally aware and connect with somebody. But yeah, that's the reason why you're doing it. Got lost there for a second. But it's a great benefit, I guess, to come off, to share your emotions, be more aware, connect, all while looking strong and not weak. And that's what we work on here at Animus. We work on exactly that, how to talk through your emotions in a way that makes you more aware, more strong, more likely to connect. animusempire.com/schedule. We do free consultations. I can let you know what we do, what I have to offer. I can point you in another direction if I think that would be more favorable for you. And I will leave it there. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Maybe if you have a buddy who's going through a breakup right now and he is getting resentful, latching on to facts that the internet gives you but not the truth, maybe send him this video. And always remember, the adage the internet's saying is true. She's not yours, it is just your turn, but that's only if you're emotionally tuned out.